In this video today, I'm going to talk about how Julian Nagelsmann and how Luis Enrique could set up their Chelseas if they take over and beat Real Madrid. We're going to start with Nagelsmann with a 3-5-2. Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Whilst all of the conversations and interviews are being held for the new Chelsea manager's position, Luis Enrique and Julian Nagelsmann have seemed to be the two favourites so far. And Chelsea, they want to try and hire the right manager as soon as possible. They're not going to rush anything, but it looks as though talks ongoing between Luis Enrique and Chelsea, Julian Nagelsmann and Chelsea. And Chelsea want to get this done so that these managers can be around at least for the game away at Wolverhampton Wanderers at the weekend in the Premier League, leading in to the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final at the Bernebeu next week, and then the following week at Stamford Bridge. These matches against Real Madrid could define how Chelsea's season goes. If we get to a Champions League semi-final, all of a sudden, sacking two managers and spending a ton of money on compensation in the process, it becomes something that is just subsidiary to the fact that Chelsea are once again competing for the biggest honour in football, which is, at club level, the Champions League, the European Cup. Real Madrid are Chelsea's opponents. When Eden Hazard left Chelsea in 2019 for Real Madrid, he said that he wants to be reunited with Chelsea, and lo and behold, 3 years in a row, Chelsea and Real Madrid have come together. And as a result of that coming together, there have been some absolute classics. And I've got no doubt, despite at the moment Chelsea not being able to score a flipping goal for love nor money, I do believe that it will be a classic again. This kind of match, no matter who's in charge, no matter the form of the players and who's been not doing well, who's been doing well, you raise your game in matches like this. And in this video today, I'm going to talk about how Julian Nagelsmann and how Luis Enrique could set up their Chelseas if they take over and beat Real Madrid. We're going to start with Nagelsmann with a 3-5-2, and then we're going to go to a classic Luis Enrique 4-3-3. I'm going to explain both, but first of all, Real Madrid. Let's take a look at what Real Madrid have done in 3 of their recent matches. First of all, I want to show you a 4-2-3-1 where they absolutely demolished Valladolid in La Liga, if I can get my words out correctly. 6-0, Karim Benzema scored a 7-minute hat-trick. And I didn't watch the full game, but when you look at the highlights, it's pretty exceptional what Real Madrid did. As you can see here on this graphic, Lucas Vazquez was the right back. You've got Camavinga playing in the left back position here, which is a little bit odd, but at the same time, Real Madrid can make changes to their team, and with Carlo Ancelotti as their manager, whether they go out with a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, they know exactly what they need to do. They're incredibly well drilled, they're well organised, but there are weak links in this team. When you look at the two centre-backs here against Valladolid, Alaba and Eder Militao, two fantastic players. Thibaut Courtois, former Chelsea boy. We know that on his day, he can win matches, win trophies for Real Madrid, but there's also an error in him. Can the Chelsea fans get under his skin? We will see. Tchouaméni has come under criticism at Real Madrid this season. Maybe it's not been the flashy brilliance that we saw when he scored that goal in the World Cup for France to knock out England, but still, talented player. You've got Toni Kroos still there. Luka Modric didn't play in this game, but if we look at this, 4-3-3 Real Madrid against Liverpool in the second leg. That first leg was just scintillating. Liverpool came out of the blocks well, scored 2 early goals, but then Real Madrid just ran Liverpool ragged. Real Madrid were exceptional at Anfield, but this is their lineup at home to Liverpool. Dani Carvajal back in at right back. You've got Eder Militao alongside Rudiger. Nacho coming in at left back with a midfield 3. This is outrageous. Of Modric, Camavinga, Toni Kroos, and then a front 3 of Valverde, Benzema, and Vinicius Jr. This for me is, in my opinion, the strongest Real Madrid team. Going forward, it is just blistering. And then at the back, you've got a mixture there of experience and just world-class footballers everywhere you look. You've then got a defeat to Barcelona, where Barcelona set out with a 4-3-3, And Real Madrid, under Ancelotti, went with a 4-2-3-1. Courtois, you got Nacho, Rudiger, Eder Militao, Carvajal again, Kroos and Camavinga in a double pivot with Vinicius Jr., Modric and Valverde behind Karim Benzema. Whichever Real Madrid you look at, and Barcelona are doing incredibly well this season in La Liga. So each time they play, you know that it could be a 4-3-3, it could be a 4-2-3-1, and Carlo Ancelotti, as Chelsea fans know, is a fantastic manager, and this is their competition. The Champions League is bread and butter for Real Madrid. However, the two main people that Chelsea want to take over right now, Nagelsmann and Enrique, both tactically, with the players that Chelsea have at our disposal, could go at this Real Madrid team, score goals, which is very difficult to believe right now after what we saw last night. But we're going to begin with the Nagelsmann 3-5-2 starting 11. I've gone with a 3-5-2 because Nagelsmann doesn't always play with wingers, and I think when he comes in, we could see, especially in a fixture against Real Madrid, we could see less of the exciting Modric and more potentially João Felix, Kai Havertz up front, which after Havertz's display last night, I'm just going to show you, okay? We've got Edouard Mendy back in goal here. Fofana, Silva, Koulibaly, Reece James, Kante, Kova, Enzo, Chilwell, Felix and Havertz. We see a very similar middle of the park to what we saw last night. Kante, Enzo and Kovacic. What we saw in this game against Liverpool was Chelsea getting around the back. That is what this team provides. Koulibaly also tried 9 long passes in that game yesterday. Only managed to make 2 of them, which is about 20% success rate. But at the same time, Wesley Fofana to get forward. This, for me, I think Nagelsmann would go with a 3 at the back. And when we think about Chelsea's success against Real Madrid before, it was with a Thomas Tuchel 3 at the back. João Felix and Kai Havertz as a front 2. Obviously, with João Felix, he's also got that experience, having played up against Real Madrid during his time at Atletico. However, when I look at this Chelsea team, weirdly, when I see the Luis Enrique potential lineup that I think could beat Real Madrid, with that 4-3-3, Luis Enrique as well has had success against Real Madrid in the past. And this 4-3-3 lineup, for whatever reason, just excites me a little bit more. And the reason excites me more, because you have got Modric in this lineup against Real Madrid, where he's already had a fabulous game in the Bernebeu. He got a standing ovation when he played for Shakhtar Donetsk in the Bernabeu already. So I've got Kepa in goal for this one, just so that we can see a bit of variation. I think a new manager could come in and shake up the goalkeeping position, which is why, even though Nagelsmann likes to play out from the back, I've just put Mendy in there to see what you guys think in the comments. Kepa in goal, Reece James right back, Chilwell left back, Fofana, Thiago Silva in the middle with a midfield 3. N'Golo Kante in a lone 6. Enzo as an 8, Mount as an 8. There is a lot of fluidity in this midfield. We can also see Enzo dropping deeper when Chelsea need to defend. So with this Luis Enrique midfield 3, I've gone with Enzo, Kante and Mason Mount. The reason I've gone with Mason Mount is Mason Mount has had success against Madrid in the past. That's a little bit hollow at this point, but Mason Mount is a direct midfielder. Yes, he's struggled to find that final pass this season, but if Chelsea are looking to create overloads with a Mykhailo Mudryk potentially going up against a Dani Carvajal or even a Lucas Vazquez, that is where Chelsea can absolutely dominate Real Madrid, with Ben Chilwell able to get forward on that left-hand side as well. A Luis Enrique midfielder has to be able to play direct forward-thinking passes, and I think that is exactly what Mason Mount has needed to be able to unlock that form that we saw in the early free-flowing football stage of Frank Lampard's initial tenure at Chelsea Football Club. When we look back at the old Barcelona team, you had the likes of Sergio Busquets, Xavi playing those balls into the final third. N'Golo Kante, at times in that game against Liverpool, he looked like a flipping number 9 running through the middle. He was playing the passes in, and then Havertz couldn't finish. With Enzo Fernandez, we see it time and time again. Rolls-Royce, world-class, elite, The words just could keep going on and on with this guy. But with that Chelsea midfield under Luis Enrique, I just think there is more chance of beating Real Madrid with this Luis Enrique team. I would expect Real Madrid to try and go up man for man against the Chelsea 4-3-3. I think they would go with that formation as opposed to a 4-2-3-1. Either way, Chelsea to beat Real Madrid. Barcelona did it recently. Played that game with a 4-3-3 themselves. So Chelsea have got their work out here. To expect a new manager to come in and within a week beat Real Madrid is pure craziness, really, if we're being honest about the situation. However, this is Chelsea in the Champions League, and when you look at the squad of players that we've got, there's so much talent here, and all it takes is a few of them to just get up for it. And I genuinely think this Real Madrid team is beatable, as scintillating as they might well be going forward, as fluid as all of those passing combinations are under Ancelotti. The brilliance, the mercurial Benzema, Luka Modric, the evergreen Toni Kroos, the ferocity of Vinicius Jr. We've got Reece James to deal with him on the right-hand side. He's done it before superbly. Valverde as well, such a good player. But Chelsea can beat this team. I really do believe that. We've got world-class players ourselves. Wesley Fofana, Enzo Fernandez, N'Golo Kante, the two wing-backs, and then maybe just a bit of spice up front with Mykhailo Mudryk. You've got Raheem Sterling and Joao Felix going through the middle. It's just hard for me to put Havertz in there after he can't score and hit a barn door against Liverpool. But maybe Joao Felix goes through the middle and Sterling for that experience on the right wing. I'm going to keep alternating this potential Nagelsmann lineup versus a potential Enrique lineup. Let me know which one you prefer to beat Real Madrid, and let me know if it's different to what you think is a better project or a better plan for Chelsea in the long run. But the value of this Real Madrid game is absolutely mind-blowing. Chelsea have got to win the Champions League to get there next season. Do that, and we are laughing this summer, best believe. But anyway, subscribe to GBFC if you are new. Thanks for all the love. There is like 3 or 4 videos a day going out at the moment, so check the links in the description if you want to see more with various different stuff there to watch. Come on, you Blues.